The joke of the century, and I'm gonna need you to hear it. Companies are now burning through annual budgets on token spending after spending the last year firing people to cut costs with AI. Let that sink in. I lead AI teams in consulting, and I need to spotlight the math because the math is not mathing. It all started when companies started forcing AI use on their employees, some even making it part of their performance reviews. Then employees started running the most simple tasks through the most expensive model they can access. I've watched people in my teams use Opus 4.8 to convert a file into a PDF. My dude, there's a literal button that does it faster for free called export as. There's even a name for that now, token-maxxing. And there are some Silicon Valley bros that are competing over who spends more tokens, probably because they're too insecure to flex at the gym. And it adds up fast. Running routine tasks through the latest model instead of matching the task to the tool costs 10 times more for the same results. And the biggest perpetrator is agents. They don't make one call, but 10 or 20 for the same task. Reading, then checking, then redoing. Like I explained in the context windows video, the bot rereads everything from the top on every pass. It's true that token prices are falling, but the number of tokens burned per task has exploded. And that's why I'm sure none of these companies have done the math past a Copilot license is 1% of a salary. But here's the punchline. When they fired people to roll out AI, they didn't swap expensive salaries for cheaper AI. They're now spending that money on token bills instead of human salaries. Uber's own CTO admitted they blew their entire AI budget for 2026 in 4 months, with each engineer running $500 to $2,000 per month on token costs. An NVIDIA VP said that for his team, the cost of compute now is far beyond the cost of employees. And the CEO of Glean said that this is the first time in his whole career that the tech costs the same as the people. While LMs didn't replace the fired workers' actual work, it did make the remaining ones much more expensive. They traded a predictable cost for a wildly unpredictable one. A human salary is fixed and you can predict the forecast, but token spend is volatile and uncapped. And that's why 73% of companies blew past their AI budgets. And the tokens aren't even the whole bill. You have that, plus the integrations, the data cleanup, the monitoring, and all the costs of maintaining tech infrastructure that I don't think anyone's taking into account long term. So when a client asks me, how do I cut 20% of my costs with AI, meaning how many do I need to fire? I'd ask back, have you actually costed token spend against the humans you could keep? Because Gartner just surveyed 350 companies making over $1 billion in revenue, where 80% of them cut staff for AI, yet in their words, workforce reductions created budget room, but they didn't create a return. Okay, now I need you to meditate on this. Not everything you put on AI is something you should. And I'm not even talking about morals here, I'm talking about money. The companies making these LLMs make more money the more we spend tokens, so they'll never tell us to stop. They make a cheap entry point, encourage layoffs to increase reliance on the tool, and then prices surge but no one can leave. Wait, I've seen this movie before. So no, firing people didn't save the money they thought it would, because ironically we were the cheap option all along.